Islam Makhachev, champion of the best division in the UFC, the lightweight division. Number one pound for pound in the world. He's 25-1. Dustin Poirier, challenger, third opportunity. American, fighting in New Jersey in front of Americans. He's 30-8. And I can promise you everybody wants to see him win. Trump is in attendance. That has slid the crowd to be even more active for American fighters, and I barely just booing once in the Sean Strickland fight. If that was any other fighter, they would have been booing like crazy because it was just a slow-paced, kind of boring fight, really. But again, Americans getting the victory, all jumping the fence, saying what's up to Trump, and I'm highly conflicted in this fight. Highly conflicted. We're 9-2 on the night. We need this main event to come through for Islam. But if Dustin wins, I can't help to be excited for the guy. I mean, let's just be real. This is going to be a fun fight to watch. Hamza in 2 weeks, not very fun. Going to be stressed out. Islam, big fan. Poirier could make his whole life and career if he can get a win here. And he's over a 4-1 underdog. Fighting out of Louisiana. The Diamond, Dustin Poirier. And he's been talking about retirement every fight. But I don't think that matters like it does for other guys. It's not going to change the landscape of this fight one bit, whichever way it goes. So Dustin Poirier has been introduced. Islam now being introduced to some boos. He's over a 6-1 favorite. And he's getting booed not because people don't love Islam, not because people don't like him as champion. It just has to do with America right now. I mean, this is going to be a big topic of discussion going forward, regardless of what happens in this fight. I mean, and we have not seen a KO finish tonight, which means the fans are hungry. Islam Makhachev introduced. Here we go. Tense moments. Best division in the UFC. And the title's on the line. Both guys touch the gold gloves. And this thing's going to be on and popping. Yeah, man, I'm with you, DC. I'm nervous too because both these guys you like. I mean, it's crazy. With everything on the line. I mean, this is just can't help but to root for Dustin, you know? But I need Islam to win, so I don't know. And here we go. Here we go. And a leg kick already by Dustin. He missed. USA chants getting louder and louder very quickly here. And you can see it on Dustin. Like, he looks good, but the time is now. And Makhachev coming in with a left and a right already, looking for a takedown. And Dustin's going to try to dig the underhooks. He gets taken right down. And unbelievable. And that's not good. Dustin's got good defensive skills, don't get me wrong, but this is not the place he wanted to be. Inside of the first minute with Islam. Dustin's very good about keeping his chin down. He's very aware of the situation. But you got the best guy in the world on top of you. When you're looking at the ground game. Best in the world right now. And it's just a problem. I mean, this is what you hoped didn't happen. And you know Dustin's got to be obviously aware of this. And you still can't stop it. Oh, he's got a Kimura here. Boy, and Dustin's in trouble when he spins out of it. And now Dustin trying to stand up. And Islam takes the back with the body triangle, body lock, whatever you want to call it. Man. Oh my gosh. And we've seen Dustin here before, and he's very good again at keeping the chin down. But we'll see how Islam's going to play. There's plenty of time. 2:40 left. And Poirier in all types of trouble. And Dustin really trying to fight the hands. He's making it tough on Islam. Fans chanting USA, trying to keep his mind right, keep him in it. Boy, and Islam's pounding away from behind as well. And Poirier's very good at this, but Islam, you got to believe, is better. And how long can Poirier hang on? Right now he's doing fine. And Islam tries again, can't lock it in. And he's just so good on the ground, man. He's just so good on the ground. And it just completely takes Dustin out of the fight. Dustin trying to stand up. He put his arms down for a second. Nearly got himself in trouble, but he's got his hands back up again. 1:20 left in the round. Oh, that was close. And Dustin trying to spin. He's trying to do everything he can to spin. But when he does so, he's got to put his hands down and try to, push up. And that's the moment you could get caught. And Dustin's not really taking a lot of punches, just 4-0 in significant strikes, 34-2 in total. But it's just still a dominant performance for Islam in this round. Just controlling the heck out of Poirier. He's got the body lock still in. He's got the back. And you're basically dealing with no trouble. And the fans getting loud because there's 20 seconds left in the round. They just want to see Poirier get out of this. And the fans are going to love this because Poirier will get a chance to stand up at the end of this round. That's the big advantage in MMA, right? Is when the round ends, you get the opportunity to stand back up, and we'll see what happens. And both fighters walk away from each other, but Islam just dominating round one. (39-6) total strikes, 4-0 significant strikes, and Dustin's gonna have to figure out a game plan here where he can stay on his feet. Easier said than done. I don't know if anyone can do it, to be honest. And even when you stand on the feet, there's still trouble. One good thing you could say for Poirier right now is he comes out of the round clean. He looks good. It's just he got controlled. And boom. Nice right jab early in the round by Poirier. Had to be real early because he spent 4 minutes on the ground. And that's the why this is the best division in the UFC, because there's so much technique. I mean, these guys guys like Islam and others can take you down, just control the heck out of you. There's other guys in the division that are KO specialists. I mean, it's crazy. Islam continues to come forward looking for a takedown. Gets the single leg. And here we go again. We're only 20 seconds in and Poirier's in trouble, trying to get loose, and he does, and the crowd loves it. And when they're on their feet, Dustin has a chance. And lefty versus lefty. You don't see this a lot. USA chance. Again. And it's crazy when they're on the feet because it's like Dustin's one shot away from winning the belt. Or he's going to be in the same position as Colby Covington. 3 title fights, 3 losses. And you got to look at it too, like it's 1-0 right now, right? 5 rounds. Doesn't matter what Islam did in round 1. He shoots in for the takedown, gets the single leg, and Dustin gets out of it, gets back to his feet. All he's got to do is shove off now. He's got to shove off. Lands a nice uppercut on the way out. And the crowd is going crazy. They love that. Doing a great job of staying on his feet. So 2 times in a row, Islam got the leg, and Dustin did everything he can to rip, and pull the leg out of there. Poirier's got to get something going. He's got to find a way to slow Islam down just a little bit. Got to land some big punches here. And right now he's 1 for 16 on significant strike attempts. So he's whiffing a lot. And here comes Islam with a right and a left. And Poirier backs him up with a jab. And when Poirier comes forward, Makhachev goes back. So there's a little respect there. But I think, in this round, the main thing for Poirier is regardless how it goes, don't get taken down. Right? Prove to everyone and yourself that you can defend the takedowns and keep the fight standing. And then you start to go for it later on. If not now. Here comes the takedown attempt. This would be the worst thing that could happen over the final 2 minutes. And Poirier trying to dig the underhooks. See if he can. No luck so far. He's defended 3 to 4 takedowns. And we'll see. And there's 2 underhooks by Poirier, who spins them and takes Islam back against the fence. The crowd is loving this. And this is right where Poirier wants to be. Little clinch control is not bad. Yep. Ooh, nice uppercut by Poirier. And Makhachev responds. Poirier shoves him off. Crowd loves it again. And a right jab coming out. Come on, baby. Oh. Totally conflicted in this fight. 1 minute left, round 2. Goodness gracious. Tell you, Dustin's looking a lot better in this round. I don't know if he's winning it, but definitely slowing down Islam. Ooh. And a nice body shot by Poirier, followed by a left. So now when Islam comes in, he's pounding away. And the crowd's on their feet, and Poirier's saying, come on. And this is what Poirier needs. He's got to get into a fight like this, where it stays standing. And Poirier's having some success in this round. Doing everything he can not to give up a takedown here at the end. And he does get taken down with 13 seconds left, but it won't really matter. Right? And he kind of knew that could happen with the way he was going about his business here. But that'll do it for round 2. And the crowd's on their feet. They're loving it. Poirier's got a chance. I mean, Poirier's got a realistic shot to do something here. Islam's still winning the fight. 62-29 in total strikes. 22-15 significant. Head strikes 18-10. I mean, Islam's leading everywhere. 5 minutes of control, but almost all of that came in round 1 on 2 takedowns. So Islam is winning the fight. And you got the fans chanting something and the other 20% booing. So I'm not sure what's being said, but A lot of USA chants in the crowd. And no panic in Islam's corner. But they are having him stand and take some big deep breaths. So maybe a little concern, right? Islam could totally flip it here and land a takedown and dominate this round. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But right now, before any of that happens, Dustin Poirier's got a shot. And here we go, round 3. And when you get in there with a guy like Islam, you know, you got to get the round 3 because it's kind of like everyone struggles to get this far. Except for Volkanovski in the first fight, right? So the deeper you get into the fight, it's kind of like you got to be building confidence. Because there's a chance you could be out of there in round 1 against this guy. That's how good he is. And a nice knee there by Islam. Dustin Poirier's tough, though. He takes a left uppercut and a right. Oh, and Poirier grabbed onto Islam. That was a mistake. And now Islam grabs him. He's looking for the takedown. And he's going to get it, it looks like. Poirier goes down to one arm and a knee. And Islam slowly taking him down and taking the back. And Poirier's got to get to his feet at all costs here. Ah. Yeah. And Poirier goes down. And this move here looks a lot like Khabib versus McGregor. Right now for Islam. Oh. And Dustin's not keeping his hands up, but he is keeping his chin down. This is what I said. I would not be surprised if Islam did this in round 3. This is a bad position to be in if he does go the course of this round for 3.5 minutes. Islam's got the back with a body lock to go with it. Now a little nervous tension in the crowd. Dustin just covering up. I mean, even if you're Islam and you don't get anything out of this, you don't get the finish, you still are not you're not in any trouble whatsoever, right? No trouble. Boy, and Islam's getting close, but Poirier is masterful in keeping that chin down. Oh boy. Oh boy. And Islam had his best opportunity a second ago. Now he gets the full mount. And this is not good for Dustin as he puts the grabs around the arms. He can't keep the elbows contained. Makhachev in a true full mount right now. And Poirier flips it. Look at this. Watch the armbar now. Oh, no. Dustin was stuck in there for a second. And Islam goes right. Oh, back to their feet. And, oh, the crowd is loving this. Come on, Dustin. And Dustin saying, come on. Yelling and screaming at Makhachev right now. And that's a little intimidation, right? Because it's like, yeah, I can get out of those takedowns. I'm here to fight. It's impressive, really. Regardless of what happens here, and I just remember going into the first McGregor fight, I'm just thinking McGregor's going to win this like he did the first time. And since then, Poirier's just been very impressive. The one loss to Justin Gaethje, yeah, coming back and beating Benoit Saint Denis, and now getting a title fight. Perfect time to give him one. He's getting older. And Gaethje lost. And these are the two guys that have been holding the top of the division for some time, but just can't seem to get the title. And we have no idea what's going on in the scorecards either. If you've been tracking this throughout the night, I mean, you've had two situations where, like Sean Strickland, 50-45, 49-46, and then a third judge the other way. What person on the planet thought Paulo Costa was anywhere close to winning that fight? So you just don't know what these judges are thinking. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be checking to see if that's the same judge that did that. Once all this is over and people start to look back and break this card down, I mean, was that the same judge? And Poirier lands a big left. And we're getting to the end of the third round now. And the fans are going to be on their feet here as they finish strong at the end of the third. And Poirier and Islam go forehead to forehead, touch gloves, and walk to their corner. So this is a man. Yeah, and you see Poirier's corner talking to him. What are you going to say right now? Like, other than just good job stopping the takedowns, getting out of the takedowns. Excuse me. Long day. And now go for the win. That's the bottom line. That's all you could say. Go for the win. Yeah, Poirier looks good to me. I mean, yeah, he looks like he's been in a little bit of a fight, but not 3 rounds worth. Yeah, and you see their heads came together there, and then he took a knee right after that. So that was a rough back-to-back blows for Islam. Boy, and Poirier was stuck in a full mount, flipped, pushed Islam off of him, then almost got put in an armbar. And it's amazing. It seems like no one's better than Poirier at getting out of this stuff. And we've seen a lot of guys come and go since Poirier's been in the UFC. But even at 35, he still seems to be not necessarily getting better and better, but he's at his peak right now. There's just no question about it. That won't last long. Time is now. But he finds himself in round 4 with Islam Makhachev. And that there's going to be no Volkanovski situation where he gets another fight. He's got to win it this time around. If you're Poirier, you want to go for the victory, right? But you also can't allow Islam to take you down. Like you miss on one big punch and you overextend, he's taking you down, and he'll be content with holding you down for the rest of the round. So as much as Poirier wants to win, and he is going for it, but see now he gets into the body of Islam. Islam grabs him, he gets off. Crowd lets out a roar because they want to see this fight stay standing. That's where Poirier's got a shot. Crowd chanting USA, then now let's go Dustin. And he defends another takedown and shakes his head, and the crowd's loving that. And the thing that almost makes you, even though I got Islam to win and I care so much about our predictions, something that makes you root for Dustin is that he just doesn't quit. He's always in it. And you almost want to see a guy like this be the champion. Like you don't want his career to end without being a champ. But at the same time, he's in a very tough situation. Now Makhachev has the head on the hip here against the fence. And usually, when that's the case, he's going to get a takedown. We'll see. Now Poirier trying to keep the legs wide, trying to keep a solid base. Now Islam gets the leg up. Poirier puts it back down. And Poirier just trying to pound away a little bit to the body, to the head, just trying to get Islam to release his grip. And Islam picks Poirier up. Poirier maintains his balance. And I think Poirier took a low blow. Now Dustin's saying he hurt his leg, so we'll see. Got Islam really taking control of the back now. Dustin trying to stand up. He's got his butt high, which is what you want to do, trying to shake him off. But Islam gets his feet back down to the ground. And you can see the people behind in the crowd, just nervous tension right now. Everyone's on their feet. I mean, you're dealing with just no more than 6 minutes left in this thing. Now Poirier gets out of it, almost takes down Islam, and crowd's going crazy. It's a long shot, really, you know. And here comes Poirier, pounding away at the body. Ooh, and a big right by Dustin. And what a fight, man. What a fight. 20-20 in significant strikes in this round. So this is the breakthrough round. And Dustin pounding away at the body. The crowd's loving it. Oh, and Dustin let his guard down for 1 second. And Islam drove him into the fence. And you can see a few fans in the background just not happy about it. Almost looks like Theo Von back there. I don't know if it is or not. But if it is, he's fired up. Clock trickling down now, 15 seconds left in round 4. We got one more round up, but it seems to me that Islam is probably up 3-1, if not 4-0. And that'll do it for round 4. And what's crazy is when they're walking back to their corner, Dustin looks fresher than Islam. I mean, they got to get Islam cleaned up quick. And Dustin just smiling, walking back to the corner. I mean, this is, you know. And we'll see if there's any panic from Islam. I mean, I want to say, you know, if it's a normally judge, if you got three normal judges, Islam's got this fight in the bag 3-1. But again, with what we've seen tonight, there's nothing normal about some of these decisions. Thankfully, they've all ended up going the right way, but you had one judge that went way out to left field. You know. So now you're really looking at two judges and say, hey, I hope if you guys get it right, Islam's up 3-1. But if you're Islam, can you think of it that way? Can you just take Poirier down and hold him down? Could you end up getting robbed? Who knows? And here we go. Final 5. Ooh, baby. And again, Dustin in the same situation, right? He wants to keep the fight standing, trying to go for the big finish. To grab the title, fans chant USA. Everybody wants to see you win. But one mistake, and you give up a takedown. So it's very difficult. Here comes Islam. Hey, he's got got the freaking leg again. Dustin gets it out. Okay. Come on, Dustin, man. I'm getting tired, man. You got to do something for me here. 4 minutes left either way, but I need some excitement in my life here. Got no KOs on the whole night. After a week off, this is too much. Dustin shoves him off. First minute gone. 4 to go. There he shoves Islam off. And Dustin talking to him right now. Saying, come on, man, let's fight. That's not what Islam wants. Islam wants to take you down and finish it. Dustin wants to stand up and throw. Yeah, crowd getting loud now. Let's go, Dustin. It's crazy. It is. It's there for him, man. It's there for Dustin. But he's got to grab it. He's got to take it. Islam's a scrapper too. Despite being on the feet, and when Islam takes him down, it's not to land a lot of punches. It's like he's trying to just hold position, gain position. But even on overall, it's 72 to 48 for Islam. And Islam takes Dustin down. Dustin gets out of it momentarily, and Islam grabs it once again. Ooh. And now Dustin in trouble here. Guillotine. And he grabs a hand here. 2:30 left in the fight. Now Islam's going for it again, and Dustin's in trouble. Oh, man. Gosh, and Dustin's trying to get out of it. And Dustin taps, and that's it. And he hated to have to do that. And Islam nearly finish him, and they jump on Islam, take him down. And Poirier's still laying on the mat because he's exhausted. And what happened was Islam had it and had it locked in solidly, and Poirier had to tap. And literally, probably when he tapped, it was about to be over. And man, you got to feel for Poirier. 3 attempts, no title, and he fought great in this fight. But Islam Makhachev finds a way to win to move to 26-1. And man, a minute 50 from going the distance, which wouldn't have done anything. And it'll be nice to know what the judges' scorecards were here to see if Dustin even had a shot in this 5th round. And Dustin's getting up. He's good. And there's Khabib in the octagon. And he's talking to Dustin. And he's telling him, great fight. I mean, it really was. It really was. Khabib looks 180 right now. Khabib looking like he's 180 pounds right now. Unbelievable. But man, Islam gets the win to move to 26-1. Khabib raises Dustin Poirier's hand. He knows it's kind of his last attempt. Poirier is going to fall to 30-9, and unfortunately for him, he loses his fight here. Lightweight division for the title, main event at UFC 302.